here with our friend Bill Hunsberger from our local pickleball community, multi-time gold medalist nationally in your age bracket.
All right.
And you're 89 years old and still traveling around the entire country competing.
True.
So thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited. What is the Humana Award?
What is the what?
The Humana Award that you won.
Well, that was called the
honor.
Game Changer. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you. That's not you. It's not like you go to a tournament to win it. It's just
Right.
they pick in Pittsburgh. They picked. They have like 20 sports. You know, senior game sports. Mm-hmm. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think there were like 20,000 athletes total.
20,000.
For all these sports, right? Pickleball had, I think there were 1,600 pickleball players there.
Wow.
And that's 50 and up, age 50 and up. And so the Game Changer Award was, they gave out 28 of those for all the athletes. And it was for, basically, you're supposed to be an inspiration to people. I don't know, I fake it, but I mean, you know what I mean? You're supposed to, people are supposed to like that you're motivating people, yeah. And you're setting an example, right? So that's what that is. It was a nice medal, and they did a nice presentation up there.
Well, congratulations on the honor that you did.
Well, thank you.
Because you are an inspiration to, I mean, I know our local community and obviously nationally as well.
Oh, thank you for that, Sarah.
No, it's amazing.
It's hard to live up to, but
I think you do a pretty good job.
Yeah. Well, I like people, and I mean, I've seen people from all angles. You know, from the mental health field. Plus, you know, I mean, our family was involved with. We're still involved with real estate down in Myrtle Beach area, so I got involved with that. I've seen the world from both sides. In the mental health field, you're there for the person totally, right? In the real estate field, you're there for one person mainly, you, right? So it's a very, I've had somewhat of a schizophrenic existence in a way, but and I never really, I wouldn't say I'm a great entrepreneur. I mean, I've been able to deal with stuff, but I don't have a killer instinct like you should have if you're going to be in real estate. I mean, probably.
But you're a competitor. I mean,
in that respect,
and real estate,
yeah,
there must be some similarities there.
That's a good point. I thought about that, but yeah, I'm you know, if I were a dog, I'd probably be a terrier. A lot of barking, nipping here and there, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
So back to you were talking about your grandfather riding horses.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned how after a certain age, just getting out of bed, people are excited for you.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, how does it play in your life to be a competitor, right? Like, do you feel do you feel your age? You know, or do you, how does that feel? Because you got to see, right? You got to see your grandfather and everybody saying, be careful, be careful, be careful. I can only imagine, especially from a guy's perspective, no matter what age you are, after a certain extent, you get tired of hearing, be careful, be careful, be careful.
Well, if you've ever watched me play, you know that I'm not real careful.
Right.
I end up on I fall down once in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
we all do.
In fact, I was blowing leaves down in our place at the lake, and you know, I backpack and I swing around. You know, it'll throw you. It threw me down, and I got a scrape on my arm. And I'm thinking, you know, I got to be careful. But you know what, though? I was going to say, my family was competitive. Mm-hmm. My brother and sister very competitive, and my dad, in his way, was competitive in terms of riding horses.
Yeah.
I could show you a photo of my dad taken in the 40s over at the Devon Horse Show. And if you know about jumping, he was jumping. I might have shown you. He jumping 6'2.5".
I remember you showed me.
That is high.
Yeah.
Right. And I rode in classes where my grandfather, my father, and I, three of us rode together in one class. They had a 3-generational class, you know. And my dad, he wanted to win, you know. I mean, so there's competition is in the family there. You know, and it's funny, that was my father's side of the family. And on my mother's side of the family, my paternal grandfather was a very good businessman. So he competed in business. That's where he competed. He was like not in good shape. You know, he died at 66. He wasn't in good shape. But when it came to business, he was excellent. And he figured out how to make money, you know, and he made a lot of money in the days when taxes were low. You got to keep what you made. You know, that was that's a long. That's a long time ago.
I've never experienced that.
No.
I may never get to experience.
No, I think what you need to do is get it under the table. I mean, life. I feel lucky. I am lucky. I was lucky the family I was born in, and I was lucky that. I mean, I did so many things where you could seriously get hurt, and I didn't, you know, and and I've done okay with things, and so I feel like I've had a good life. I'm not ready to check out yet, you know. Sometimes my body says, you know, maybe you should check out or something, but, you know, I'm feeling like aches I didn't used to feel more, you know, but I found that yoga stretching helps a lot, you know.
Well, I mean, from a guy's perspective, like, I mean, you saying that, like, you getting out of bed, people are like, that's amazing. But, like, from my perspective, to see a guy your age still competing, still being active, like, that's what I want to do. I mean, you know, like, if I make it to whatever age I make it to, and I think what annoys me the most, especially in my age bracket right now, is that there's a lot of people who are kind of checking out of the physical aspects, right? They kind of.
What ages are you talking about? I mean,
like 30s. You know, like they hit their 30s, and you hear you hear both sides of the argument. They go, well, I'm 30, so I'm getting older, and to me, I'm like, you're not. Like I'm throwing 40 pounds on the vest and going for a run, but then I hear, well, you got to watch your knees, you got to watch your ankles. You know, I get the snowboard, I go up to the slopes, you know, don't crash into it. You know, and at a certain point, like I understand being somewhat responsible, but I don't want to go through life bubble wrapped. You know that's pointless. You don't experience anything.
My advice would be, don't be too careful. You worry about something, that's probably what's going to happen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You preoccupy on something, and you focus on that. I'm not saying be reckless, but I'm just saying do the fullest of whatever you're doing. Right. Go for it. You know what I mean? I do, and I'll probably. Well, I mean, so far I've been lucky, but I mean, who knows? I mean, anytime you fall, you could come up with something bad, right?
Right. Well, you walk out your front door.
Yeah, I mean, I see pickleball players. They fall and they hit themselves in the head or something, and then some of them quit. You know, I mean, they got hurt. But I guess I was never. I'm a little. I don't know. I guess inside I had a little reckless part of myself that I just do it, you know what I mean? But probably be the end of me, you know. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not there yet, but you know.
And it seems like the more active you are, like whether it's through pickleball or something else, the more active you can be. Like you get to keep going because you have kept going.
You know, you're familiar with Masters and Johnson, what Masters and Johnson said, right?
Tell us.
They were big into the sexual exploration stuff. Use it or lose it. And that's the same thing with your muscles, in your head, everything.
Yeah, the mental sharpness, your physical strength.
And if you just sit and dwell on, like, say, watching TV all the time, you're just going to slowly evaporate, you know, and go down the tube. And I don't know. I have a lot of good examples in my family of people who they weren't real active, but they lived long. They kept doing things, you know. And we know that it's not going to go on forever because I read that somewhere. But
someone told you once.
An old tale you heard. Yeah.
So I don't know how long I'll play pickleball. I just as long as they have brackets, that they don't expect me to play. I don't know that I want to play in the 50 and up singles anymore. I feel like I snuck one through there.
You're gonna retire out of that one on top. Go out
I
on
was
top.
a champ in that bracket. I'm not going back.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's great to do more than what a lot of your peers are probably happy about, which is just getting out of bed.
Yeah.
And you get to travel around and play this amazing sport with friends, all different kinds of friends.
Yeah. It's true. And wherever I go, if I go to play pickleball, you have immediately a bunch of people. Sometimes they know you, like Myrtle Beach. A lot of people know me.
Right.
But you can fit right in. You know what I mean? And
it's an instant plug into the
yeah,
community.
it's
so true.
Yeah.
It really breaks down any type of barrier that might be there off the court.
And you guys are getting that, well, because you're going for it more than I am. You're traveling around, and so you're getting to meet a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you keep track of all their names? Huh?
The contact list is getting pretty full.
I was going to say.
It's a lot of. I used to just have first name Pickleball. Now it's first last name companies Pickleball.
And a photo. And a photo.
Oh yeah, and a photo.
Yeah, definitely have a photo.
Well, she taught me to add everybody on Facebook to keep track of who's who, and that's been super helpful because now I have a face and I have a name. So
and it helps actually stay in touch with them and create and maintain the friendship, not just a one-time meeting.
Right.
But we have met a lot of really cool people in a very short amount of time. It's been,
well, you're going to meet a whole lot more for what you're doing,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that was even before the podcast.
Yeah.
That was just playing. We were able to meet all these people, and now with the podcast, it's just 10x who we're meeting, the discussions we're having. It's been really a unique experience.
Yeah.
That's part of our hook that has grabbed our attention. We're excited about the people, not just the sport.
When we've discussed this too, like one of my biggest hopes is that I want to do the podcast justice for the individuals who are on it, because I feel selfish doing the podcast because I get to talk to all these people. Like I get to have these conversations with you. I feel honored and lucky to be able to have these conversations and to have a sit down talk. And that's been a really unique experience
John,
on itself.
We just hope that you'll make us look good.
I do my best. Make sure the lighting's perfect.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
But no,
Hair and makeup done.
Yeah. Hair and makeup was great for
You
you
didn't
before you
even
came in here, right?
You didn't offer me makeup.
Well, we sent the paperwork to your lawyer. They took that for.
Oh boy,
it.
There's another shot now.
But that is part of what we see as our responsibility. Like we meet people like you. Like you've already been our friend through pickleball. We have these great conversations with you while we're waiting for our next game. But having the podcast allows us to share these friendships and stories of these amazing people beyond just our narrow little audience of Leitersburg.
I'm thrilled that you're still willing to talk with me, because I don't see you guys. You're moving up, and you're out into the competitive world more than I am, really. And but that's good. I keep track of you. I know what you're doing.
Thank you. No, we're excited.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of aspects to pickleball, but and that's a cool thing about the sport too. No matter how you want to play it, there's a way to play it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Super competitive, high level competitive, local high level rec tournaments, just going out and drilling with people. Sky's the limit.
I see. There's many more tournaments now, around, and you see people really getting into that. And like I said, I'll put this on the camera, that your mom is an excellent player.
Oh, she
and
is.
I love
She
playing
really
doubles with her.
Yeah.
And my big problem is she's so young, because she makes me play down to a lower bracket.
Right.
And that's a challenge,
And then you got to carry her through the tournament.
No,
No, my mom's a savage.
She's good.
Yeah.
And,
she says she's not competitive, but that's
she
a lie.
is.
That's an absolute lie.
but she keeps a straight face while she's doing it.
Right.
She's politely competitive.
She was like, I'm not that. She told me a few months ago. She said, I don't know where you get your competitive nature from.
Why is that? Why did she say that?
Just because of just from what I like to do, I can't do anything. People tell me I can't have fun. I don't do anything for fun. My version of fun is what most people would consider hell. I would say.
I think you're having fun now, right
Oh,
here.
this is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you know, like as far as sports go, like, you know, like I mean.
You mean you're very competitive?
Yeah, I'm very competitive,
Oh,
and
okay.
she said she doesn't understand where I got that from, and
Oh.
I looked at her dumbfounded because I was like, you birthed me.
Well, no, you
And,
have like
She's
two brothers,
humble.
right?
I have two brothers.
And one brother has some,
I have a brother with severe Downs and autism.
so he's out of the picture as
he-
far as competing
Yeah,
goes.
competing good.
How
Now
did-
he would compete in the Special Olympics.
But-
Though.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
when he was in school,
Okay,
he was in the Special Olympics.
How about your other brother? Is he into sports at all?
Not like I am. Not.
Where are you in the birth
I'm
order?
the oldest.
Okay, well,
I'm
I
the
figured, yeah.
oldest. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I see. I mean, there's, you know, I don't want to get, but birth order is, to me, next to, say, your heredity, is the most important things in our life. And I when I would work with somebody, the first thing I would want to get into was, where's your birth order? Where are you? Big, that's a big thing. It's like it's undertow in the ocean. It's there. You can't fight it, right?
Oh, I agree.
So you're like, where were you?
Youngest.
That's
by,
amazing.
By 7 years.
Although you're an only. Once there's 5 years difference, you become an only.
Yeah, basically, because I was 12 when my older sister went away to college.
Yeah. So you become an only, and almost again like an oldest. So you become a leader, and your oldest are leaders. Guys like me, we're followers. No, I have to learn as I was growing up, and particularly getting involved with business and stuff, how to really lead. I could lead socially. In other words, here's the deal. There's a lot of ways to lead. One lead is you take charge, and you want to do something for the group. And you don't care that there's 5 people out of 6 in the group that say, this will never work. Oh, this is going to work. This is what we're going to do. When you're the youngest, you want everybody to love what you're going to do. That's hard to do. Hard to get, consensus. So youngest, we're crowd pleasers.
Okay.
And so we want everybody to like what we're going to do. If 2 people don't like it, okay, shit. What we can do besides, I'm serious.
Yeah, I care a lot about what people think, don't I?
Yeah, but you don't. I don't think you do.
I don't. Not at all.
So that's
No.
oldest.
Yeah,
That's oldest. But see, you're more of an oldest than a youngest.
I'm not sure. I try and please.
Yeah, but you're a leader. I mean, what you're doing here, you're a leader. I don't know that this is all John's idea, but I mean, it's but you're not the old. When you're not the oldest, and you come along and there's like 5 years difference, and there are variables. Okay, don't get me wrong. You're like a second family, because there's too much room between. You're not competitive with somebody who's 5 years older than you are. Yeah, that's something you can think about. But birth order, you can look at the birth order is very important in who we become. It really is.
Absolutely.
I still struggle with that. Wanting people to like. When it comes to business, I'm a little too easy, right? And it's not good. I mean, I'll call you up when I have a tough decision, because you'll probably tell me how to do it. Just say, fuck them.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah.
Right?
And that's one being the youngest.
Well, and it's funny too that you mentioned with the middle brother having severe Downs and autism, that like takes the oldest to a new level, because now you're not just looking out for 2 younger brothers, you're looking out for one that
Needs help.
not just needs help, but I mean, that is
That's
a
got to be
severe
hard.
detriment.
That's got to be hard to do.
It alters a lot. I mean, it alters your entire trajectory of life. It alters how you look at life. I mean, I've told her multiple times that I have a very, very keen sense that none of us make it out of here alive, and that even if you are born, I mean, if you're healthy, then you're lucky to begin with.
Yeah.
So I always told my little brother that I would live 2 lives for both of us. So that's why everything that I do, it has to be. I'm given 200%.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because he doesn't get that chance.
I know, but that's a lot to put on yourself. That's
But he does.
Yeah.
But it's led me to some really cool opportunities. I mean, I'm thankful for it. It's definitely shaped my outlook. I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't appreciate my I know, I should rephrase that. I know there's a lot of people who don't appreciate my outlook. And I'm very well aware that I can rub people the wrong way on accident and not, and it's not, I don't mean to, it's just that once I set my mind to something, like it's going to work. I'm going to do it. And I got to do it to the utmost degree. So, I mean, even with the podcast, like, it wouldn't have started if it wasn't for her, because I was still like in the planning stages of everything has to be perfect. It's like she was like, you just got to start it. I was like, all right, fine. We'll
See, that's what I'm trying to say about you. You've taken over. That's an oldest thing to do. What you did, to say, okay, we got to move ahead, right? He couldn't, but
you're very good at executive decisions.
Yeah. So that's an attribute of an oldest. And you got it because where you were in the birth order. You weren't the oldest, but you were down in there lower.
Yeah.
And the other thing, you had the one thing the youngest has is they have the ability to watch the world above them. They watch what works and what doesn't work, right? Mm-hmm. Particularly like with your parents. Mm-hmm. They can see that.
That's why they get away with everything.
Yeah. That's why they say the youngest is spoiled. Well, I want to tell you something. I used to do this with patients. They would say, well, everybody says I'm a spoiled brat because I'm the third child. I said, okay, I want you to do this. I said, are your parents alive yet? I want you to go over to their house this weekend and say, Mom, can we look at the family albums, photo albums? She says, well, sure. So they get them out, and she gets this one out, and it's like her older sisters, like all over this thing, And so she says, Mom, am I in here somewhere? Oh yeah, you're in this other album. So she gets this other album. Now there's the second one in there, and right in the last page, there's like a small photo of this woman. I said, that's how spoiled you were. You got one picture out of about 500, right? I mean, the first person that hits the beach is the Messiah. If they can't do it having everybody to themselves, they ain't going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas the third one comes on, camp's already set up. You know what I mean? So, Sarah, you've really, you've changed a lot since I first met you. I mean, you've come, you were always competitive. What did I tell you? You had good spirit. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah. And you still have that.
Thank you.
But you're taking your physical condition more serious now, and you're really out there, and you're doing stuff. That's good.
Thank you. Well, John inspired me to do a lot of off-court training, and when I was playing tennis growing up and in college, I did significant off-court training.
Oh, did you? So you're used to that then?
Yeah, and it never even occurred to me to bring that into pickleball, but then I started establishing pretty high pickleball goals for myself, and I realized I needed to do more than just play. So we got into wearing weighted vests for off-court running. I'm up to 30 pounds.
I saw that, yeah.
And John's at 40 pounds. And
I will not let her beat me.
I know. As soon as I got to 30 pounds, he's like, I'm
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost that's my best.
Yeah, mine's almost a quarter of my weight. Like, it's a lot. And
wow.
But it is the best cross training.
It's the best
ever.
Cross training.
Is it?
Oh.
If you're running hills in a significant weight, and then you go to a pickleball court, which is flat,
sure,
with just your own body
it's nothing,
weight,
isn't it? Yeah.
you can just run up to the, we can get balls that are dribbling over the net, just almost normally.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it takes effort, but we're getting a lot of balls.
Well, I can get them too, but I'm running. No,
you do.
I know,
you do.
but running with a new knee. It's now 13 years old, and I have no idea how long a knee lasts. I worry about that, And my other knee, I have to wear a brace because it's bone on bone. But it's funny, with the brace, I get away with it. But the doctor told me 6 years ago I should have it replaced. But so I don't jog. I use machines at the Y that give, Mm-hmm. But I mean, I wish I could, because that I guess I could wear a vest at the Y.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They would laugh at me, but I mean.
No, they wouldn't.
No, wouldn't they?
No.
And you pick out the weight that suits your goals and your body type and your strength. Like, I started with 6 pounds and now I'm up to 30 pounds. And that was last night, and I don't even feel it today. So
really?
I'll probably be going up to 35 pounds at some point.
I'm gonna have to get a new vest. I'm gonna have to get a vest.
Well, you know, what's good about that is that you're carrying it up here, where it's not like you're dragging something, and your body is still upright. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's good.
It does great for your core, shoulders, back. I mean, it truly is a full body workout.
Yeah,
But it's funny that you mentioned about people laughing at you at the Y, because two things. The first one is not many people laugh at you when you're running or working out with that much weight on you.
Don't they?
Because they won't do it. Number two, if they are laughing, it's because they won't do it.
Yeah.
So let them laugh.
Either way, you got.
Either way, you win.
Yeah.
Either way, you win.
I got you. Yeah.
And then my other favorite off-court workout lately is the weighted jump rope. So
I saw you doing that.
that one, I'm at 5 pounds.
I can't even jump with an unweighted rope. How in the hell am I going to use a
I
rope?
couldn't. I hadn't jump roped in a million years. And then I started with a 2.8 pound jump rope and worked my way up to so many reps that it was becoming boring. So went to 5 pounds. And then that works all of these muscles. So now my serve, I'm a pretty small person, and my serve is very, very powerful for my size. And that's from the weighted jump rope.
Really? Yeah.
Just off-court
Did you jump
training.
rope as a kid? Did you know how to jump rope as a kid?
I knew how, but that actually wasn't one of my off-court training.
No, but I mean, I
exercises.
couldn't even jump rope. I don't know. I always get a time.
I could. I don't think I did it that often. You get used to it.
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
You can borrow mine.
It's a good. I want the one that's weighted. I don't want that thing coming up here. I want it down on the ground.
It's heavy though. Like the first rep of the day, I have to like forcefully swing it over, but then I'll do like several hundred of them.
Yeah, if you got it. If you don't get high enough, it hits you in the back of the head, won't it?
I know.
You've seen how short she is.
But yeah, the off-court training is really helpful. And it's all for getting better in pickleball. And then I guess it leads to other effects as well. Like
Oh, I don't want to face you on the court. I know that. No,
But
you've always. No, I haven't played with it. Maybe last time it's been months since I've seen you play. But
Yeah, in the spring.
I could tell you were moving good. You know, coming in and you're hitting them and you're following the shot in. You know, and that's what a lot of people don't do. They hit it and they stand there and admire the shot. You know.
Yeah. So you're doing, you mentioned off-court training as well. You mentioned yoga and stretching.
Yeah.
And what do you do at the Y at the gym?
You know, I was taking yoga. I'm not a great yoga person, but I was taking, and then COVID hit, and it cut the class out that I was taking. I was learning yoga, okay? But so what I do now, I had never gotten back into it, but I learned some basic yoga stretching exercises, and I do them after I work out at the Y. You know, so that helps me a lot.
That's smart.
Yeah. And in the morning before I play pickleball, if I'm at home, I'll ride my exercise bike for about 20 to 30 minutes, loosen up, and then I'll do some stretching, you know, where you just lean on something, stretch your legs, hold it for, well, that's about what I do, just to kind of get the body stretched out. Otherwise, you pull stuff and.
So you're doing something off-court before and after
Before,
pickleball?
now after, I should be stretching afterwards, but I have to be honest with you, I haven't been. I should do that. You're right. I should, in fact, I guess I'll have to start that.
We're trying to get more into
Yeah.
stretching as well.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite.
Do
trying to.
I continue to wear my vest as I stretch, or?
No, we take them off. We
Take
take them
it
off by then.
Take it off.
Yeah. No, stretching, I didn't, when I was, you know, in my teens and 20, I thought yoga was really for wimps, you know? And I didn't realize that it's really challenging and hard. Good yoga is hard to do. You know what I mean? Advanced yoga.
I've never done it.
I mean, I've seen it done and at the Y, and so I do. I'm like beginner, intermediate yoga, and I should get back into it. It's just like it's not. They don't do it when I'm at the Y. You know what I mean? So I have to go back in, and I should. But
There's probably videos too to do
I
it
probably
at
could
home.
do a video. Yeah, shit. Now she reminded me of that. Now
Now you don't have an excuse.
He's
He's like, why did I come do this tonight? I gotta get a vest.
I was home
gotta-
free until you mentioned that.
I gotta get a vest. I gotta get back to stretching. I gotta
Yeah.
do yoga.
It's going to cost me a
Like,
lot
look
of
at the
money.
time. I gotta get out of here.
It's only going to get worse. I can see it now. Yeah. So.
But that's true. Like the off court, it can help you get stronger, but it also can help you prevent injuries. So
I would say it
Absolutely.
prevents a lot. I would say it prevents a lot more. I mean, the added benefit is getting stronger, but it prevents the injuries.
yeah.
I bumped into a guy at the Y today, and he said, you playing pickleball? I said, yeah. And I said, you playing? No. He said, I quit. He said, I think I pulled a groin muscle. This guy, he's 70. He's in good shape, but he's 70. He plays racquetball too. And I said, well, are you going to play more? He said, I think I played too long before I rested it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem when you're playing a lot and you have an injury of some sort, and I got to keep playing. That's a competitiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when that's wrong. You just need to rest that part.
It's a hard decision.
That's a hard one to
balance.
do because
Whether it's an ibuprofen injury or a rest injury,
what's an ibuprofen injury?
you go back out and continue to play, but
You just
maybe
pop a
dull
few
the
ibuprofen.
yeah, dull the pain.
Well, I have to tell you that in the last 6 months, I've been popping a few here and there. I was using a leave, and somebody said, you shouldn't use a leave, use ibuprofen. Well, I asked a physician that I play pickleball with, I said, what do you think? Is this addictive? I use one ibuprofen, a day, or not a day, but say 4 times a week. Hell no, he said, you could take 4. That's what he said. I said, wouldn't
You're
it?
supposed to stop at 4. I'm just kidding.
But I mean, you can't you shouldn't take more than like maybe 8 in a day or something like that. I don't know.
No, a lot of us will be at the park in Greencastle, and the ages are 23 on up to my age, and everyone asks me for my bottle of ibuprofen before we start to play. And it's all different, like I said, all different ages,
Really?
all different body ailments, but we're all taking the ibuprofen.
So it's okay, apparently, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Well, and
so.
I think a lot too with some of the people we play with. A lot more people are doing off-court workouts now that are. I mean, you got people who are playing for 4 or 5 hours a day and then going to the gym too.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, no matter what age you are, there's a certain point where you start to feel something.
Yeah.
Like you said, this competitive edge and the addictiveness of the game. I mean, I know so many people, they're playing 2 different places in the same day.
Oh
Right?
yeah. Oh,
Multi-states in the same day. That's what we do.
We'll go play. Like one day we played in
Martinsburg, West Virginia.
We played in Greencastle.
Oh yeah.
Went to West Virginia.
Yeah.
And then played in Maryland, right? We had
Oh yeah, same day. Pennsylvania,
So
West Virginia, Maryland.
You guys are playing a lot together now, right?
Yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
So
A lot of people are trying to steal her, but I won't let that happen.
no, but well,
Very competitive.
well, just say, look, if you can carry her 30-pound vest around for a week, I'll let you. But do you get tournaments where it's age brackets?
She plays down.
I have to play.
You have to play down.
Yeah, she plays
Right.
down with
So that
So-
would be in 50 plus, and
Yeah.
John's in ages 5 to
34.
34.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
5
have
to
your
34.
so
what it's called.
Yeah.
no wonder you're training hard because it's hard to play down.
Yes, when we played the Maryland Open in September, we played in the 4.5 to 5.0 level in the ages 5 to 34 bracket. So there were 20-year-olds. I'm 54. I think there was another team that was, I don't even think they were my age. I don't know, maybe roughly, but most of them were 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the only option for us to continue to play together.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's a challenge.
Right.
Really. I mean, like even when I played with your mom, she was like 60, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
You could scratch that from the thing. I didn't mean to give her age, but so that was a drop for me. But I mean, that was okay. I could go. It depends on. There are some 60s that are just fantastic. You know what I mean? And some 70s that are. I've played against some 75-year-olds that are tough.
Yeah.
You know, they're out there.
But we've played against some 89-year-olds that are tough.
Yeah, not lately. You're not going to run into them much, I don't think.
No, but that's true. That the age factor definitely contributes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think with pickleball being a small court physically, it does allow for people that In another sport, they might not be able to compete with someone significantly younger, but in pickleball, I think you actually can.
That's another thing that's great about pickleball.
Yeah, but also with you, I mean, like she'll go out hiking with me with the vest on, and then there's people my age who, if I take them out hiking without a vest on, they're huffing and puffing and they're dying. So I mean, a lot of it's mental. I'd say, I mean, a lot of it's mental.
but your body has to be able to do it.
It has to be able to do it, but you
Yeah.
have to want it. You have to want to be able to do it.
That
True.
is.
You have to want to
right
be
there.
able to do it. That's the
to.
thing. I mean, because there's a lot of people whose bodies could do it, but
You
their
know-
mind can't.
You take people my age or even 70s, they have to want to get up in the morning to do something, right? I mean, it's easy to just shut the alarm off and just roll over and say, yeah, maybe I'll get up at, instead of 6, I'll get up at 7:30, and then 7:30 comes and maybe I'll just watch the news. I mean, it's so easy to get out of that, and that's why you got to have a routine, stick with it,
Right, when you don't have school anymore, or a job anymore, or a child who has to be driven somewhere
Right.
anymore, like in retirement, you have to have that purpose, like you said, to
Yeah.
get up
It's,
and keep going.
you become your own supervisor.
Yeah,
You do.
and scheduler.
Yeah.
What would be your advice, like going back, we have a 30-something-year-old and a 50-something-year-old, just to help keep us moving forward to whatever level we're capable of?
Well, Sarah, it sounds like what you've done is you've upped your physical stamina and your skill level, right? Around the post is an example of that, right?
Right?
And that's allowing you to play down to John's age level and people even a little younger, right?
Yep.
I would say just keep doing it and he'll get older. And he'll be begging you to play, you know what I mean? No, what's the secret? I don't, just keep playing. I mean, and I think it's obvious that you two sort of like each other, and that's helpful. You can.
I can't stand playing with her. I can't. No, I mean, it's,
Well, I
it's
wouldn't-
horrible.
We grin and bear it.
I was.
This is all fake.
Yeah, no. I think and you're having fun.
So much fun.
That's the important thing. If you're having fun and you like the person you're playing with, what would you do differently, right? And you're not. I'll say this: you're not happy. You're not like me. I'm sort of happy. I figure I'm never going to get a whole lot better than I am right now. But you're not, and you're still pursuing more excellence, I'll say, and that's good. That keeps it alive.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're keeping it alive in other areas too.
It's a full life.
Yeah,
Life is fun.
we're all animals,
Yeah.
I have a theory. I won't get into that, but I think that to me the biggest thing that creates problems for us and in the world is territory. Think about it, territory. People fight over territory all the time. As an example, just go to a housing development and just look at all the fences. There's no cattle in there, but they have fences. Why do they have those fences? That's my line, buddy. Territory, and everything we do, there's territory. That's in the world. It's you look at it. It has to do with relationships. This is my role. Don't mess with me. And that's just me. I'm just saying. I didn't read that anywhere, but I sense that that's a big thing.
I think that's accurate.
You know?
That's so true in so many realms.
No, thank you so much for coming up and being on the podcast.
You're welcome.
And
It's
we
been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thank you for everything you do in the local pickleball community, and for
It's fun. It's good. I believe in it.
yeah.
And that Game
Yeah,
Changer award, you earned that long before
You
they
think so?
long before they told you that.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't know. That was a surprise. You wonder how they pick you out of all that many people, and so.
We'll have to have you back on when you get the Pentagon.
Oh yeah, in
Well,
July.
And I'm very confident because unless a lot of people, surgery worked or they were resuscitated, it's unlikely that. But this,
So is the takeaway that if you outlive the competition, you win?
that is, there's a lot to say about that. I mean, I hate to say that, but we're getting to that point, and I don't know. I can't help it. I mean, and I'm just glad to show up. You know what I mean now, and see who else shows up.